Hey guys, Lindsay here with one of my favorite series, our Perfect Peach series. Going to work on creating that shape, that strength, that flexibility in our hips, stability in our core, and some nice stability across your shoulder girdle here. I have ankle weights on for this video. You absolutely do not need them. You will get enough of a burn without them, but if you want to go ahead and add them on for some extra intensity, please be my guest. All we're going to do is start on all fours here today. We will be on all fours for a majority of the class. Just know that if you ever need to, you can create a fist, pressing that down into the ground, or you can drop down to the forearms at any time, even if I'm not dropping to the forearms yet, if your wrists are starting to bug you. Take breaks if you need to, absolutely fine. Feel that intensity across your transverse abdominis. We're going to get started here on all fours. Face whichever direction you want to first. You're coming to your hands and your knees. Wrists are right under those shoulders. Claw through those fingertips. Press through the tops of those feet. Neutral shape across your spine. From here, a couple deep breaths. In through to the nose. Feel the rib cage expand in the back body. Exhale through the mouth. Pull the belly button in and up as you breathe out. Starting to feel that stability, that connection to the mat. Use your foundation to assist you always. Finding the activity down the back, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Nice long neck, reaching in the opposite direction of your tailbone. From here, we're going to take it into a cat-cow, get some flexibility happening in the spine. On your exhale, pull the belly button up so high that the low back grounds. Look between the knees, press away from the mat with those fingertips. And then on the inhale, drop your belly down, look up, tailbone to the sky, feel that space in the front body. Exhaling to curl, creating as much space as you can in the low back, stretching the skin on your posterior half. And then on the inhale, stretching the front body, feeling that extension across the spine, reaching your heart, shine it forward. We're doing two more of these. Really curl into it, find that space. Use your breath as slow or as quick as you need to. After this last set here, all you're going to do is settle back into a neutral spine. Once you're here and you're nice neutral, can you tuck your toes under here? Stretch the Achilles, stretch the soles of the feet, find some nice activity there. From here, keep your tailbone up high towards the sky like that neutral, and just send your hips back towards your heels. Pressing into the palms, maybe they reach even further for the front edge of the mat, and then try to drop your heart all the way down through those knees. Take a breath here. Now from here, you're going to tuck your tailbone under. See if you can wave through each and every vertebra of the spine, sending the weight all the way up over the wrists, and then continuing to drop the hips forward here. Try to keep the arms long. Looking up, heart raises, you're in your swan. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. From here, activate your core, belly button to spine. You're coming all the way up, tucking through that round, angry Halloween cat shape, sending the tailbone long at the top, neutral, and then reaching it all the way back for the heels. So moving through the spine here, waving through the spine. From this nice version of a child's pose, curling the tailbone under, coming through that angry Halloween cat, dropping the hips, opening the heart, coming all the way to your swan. Ideally, this swan is your breath in, breath out, curl it back, reach the hips back, child's pose, big inhale there. Exhale as you move, and then inhale to find that space, find that stretch. Exhale as you move, one more time, and then inhale, find that space as you reach the heart forward, forward, forward. From here, curl, activate your core, come all the way back to neutral, all fours. Go ahead and untuck those toes. From here, we're going to take a circle with your spine. All you're going to do is send the hips back towards the heels, and then all the way forward. Circling through your quadruped position here. So a little bit different than waving forward and back. Just finding some movement in those wrists, in those hips, freeing up space. Make this feel good. There's no right or wrong on this. We're going 2 more in this direction. I'm going clockwise first, doesn't matter. After that second one, just reverse the direction of this circle. Remember, let this feel good. No pressure here. No particular form. Freeing up space in those hips and those wrists, creating strength across your core, your center. We'll do 2 more in this direction. You should feel nice and warm after this last one. Coming back to all fours, if you need to, give the wrists a little break. You can always come to those fists. Ground through your shoulders no matter where you are. I'm going to slide my right leg back. Keep the toe on the mat until your right leg's all the way straight. From here, you're looking to square off your hips. Make sure that you're not dumping the weight into that left glute, that left thigh. Make sure both hips are pointing straight down towards the mat. You're activating your core to stay nice and level over both wrists. From here, you're going to lift your leg as high as you can keep your low back still and steady. And then just set that toe right back down. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. Feel free to start off slow here. Use your breath to move. You're constantly reaching that right toe even further towards the opposite side of the room. It's your full range of motion here to start on these straight leg lifts and lowers. Work with control. Try to keep that form. Knee and toe along with that hip bone point on that right side. Stay facing down. Weight is right over top of both wrists, right over top of that left knee. We're going to do 3 more just like this. On your last one, can you hold it up there? Small range, 1 inch up, 1 inch down, 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Now keep breathing for me. Remember to exhale on the way up. Smaller range of motion, we're going to pick up the pace. Keep that core nice and active. Make sure you're not overarching the low back just to get your leg higher. So think longer instead of higher. Think space in the front of the hip. Think glute lifting the thigh. Movements originate from the torso, from the powerhouse. Remember, this is Pilates. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause up nice and high. You're going to pulse that right leg 1 inch towards the right, back to center. 1 inch towards the right, back to center. You should feel the side part of your glute activate pretty quickly here. Keep your knee and toe facing down. This is purely about the side, outer thigh, outer glute. You don't want to open up those hips just to convince yourself you're getting more range. Now from here, use the breath. Keep that exhale as you move. Activating inner outer thighs. Let's move a little quicker here. Really exhale. Use the breath. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause at center. Take a breath. We're going to pulse over to the left this time. Left an inch, back to center. Left an inch, back to center. Activate that core. Feeling work on both sides here. The left side is working hard to stabilize you, so it's not just on that moving that right side. Keep that knee and toe down. Make sure you're pulling from the inner thigh here. Same thing, we're going to pick up the pace. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, can you pause at center? Keep that leg long, keep that leg reaching. If you need a break, you take it. We're alternating. We're going up, out, in, up, out, in. Alternating between the 3 positions here. Trying to keep that stability on the left side. Really pressing away with those hands. Keep the shoulder blades engaged here. Shoulders moving down the back. Core nice and tight. Drawing this little triangle shape for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Lower that knee, take a breath, sit back towards those heels, give the wrist a little break. Really nice work. This is tough. When you're ready, come back to all fours. Find your form. Slide that right toe straight on back. Now square off your hips. When you're ready, lift just as high as you can. Keep that low back steady. You're going to flex your foot this time. So your heel is the longest part of your leg. From here, I'm going to kick my seat with my heel. Hamstring curl. Inhale, unfold all the way straight. Drive through that heel. Exhale, fold. Hamstring curl. Inhale, reach nice and long. Exhale to find that curl. Power there. Squeeze at the top. Use your breath to move. Keep that hip in your slight extension. If you can, your knee is nice and high. Even higher than that hip bone, if you can. We're doing 3 of these. On the last one, can you hold that hamstring curl and point your toe? We're going to draw a circle. Imagine there's a paintbrush on the tip of your knee. Circling that knee down, out to the side, around, lift that knee nice and high, and then drop it right back down. Lift out, around, up, and then lower down. So don't forget the up, the hip extension. We're creating some movement flexibility here in the hip. It's okay if you rock a little side to side with the weight on these. And then you can relax your hamstring. So it's not about the hamstring curl. It's about the thigh bone being able to draw a fluid circle in your hip joint here against gravity. Make it as small as you need to. 2 more in this direction. After this last one, you're going to reverse directions here. So start down. Can you lift up, circle around towards your shoulder, and then drop it right back down. So you've got to scoop the core here to make this form happen. Really drawing through those shoulders for stability, core for stability. In this Perfect Peach series, you're going to feel sore triceps tomorrow after all this grounding through the shoulders. Make it as large as you can here. Draw with that paintbrush, nice and big. Left side feeling that burn as well. 3 more. 2 more. And then 1 more. You can drop that knee. Take a breath. Beautiful. All right, from here, I'm going to drop my left forearm across. So parallel to the front edge of the mat, my hands are almost stacked on top of one another. I'm going to use my right palm and my right shoulder for lots of balance. Knee's going to stay bent. Can you lift that bent knee, right leg as high as possible here? And then I'm going to open up my hips so that my hips are facing towards the screen, towards you, as well as my knee. Grounding through that right hand and that left forearm. I'm going to drop my right ankle until it meets my left. From here, keep your turned out hip. Just pulse it all the way high towards the sky. Lower down. Exhale, lift. So focus on the lift, the exhale. Take it into the breath here. Make it as quick as you can where you can maintain the form. Now notice on these your weight is shifted over that left side, so it's a little bit different than the form on that previous set of exercises. Use control here. You're trying to hover that ankle and that knee at the same height, so parallel to the back edge of that mat. Use that lift for 4, for 3, for 2. You're going to hold it up on this last one. Teeny pulses. Exhale on that way up. Lift from the side part of the glute. It's very small here. It's very targeted. You feel that pinch in the glute med. You use that for motivation to keep on going. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up there. I'm going to bring this right knee all the way towards my right elbow. Little side body crunch. Can you reach that right leg long back behind you? Side body crunch. Exhale. Inhale. Shoot it out long. So you're crunching your right rib and your hip closer together. Left side of the torso getting nice long length. Stability there in that left glute as you take these crunches. Really reach with that right leg long. We're here for 4. For 3. Last one. Hold that leg straight back behind you. Can you drop both forearms here? Number 11, front edge of the mat. Really feeling that burn on that left side glute. From here, I'm gonna take my right leg and try to tap the back left corner of the mat. Keeping my hips as steady as I can. I lift, draw a rainbow, tap the back right corner. It's your rainbows. Lift and tap, lift and tap. Over to the left, cross, find those inner thighs. Lift and tap. Remember the lift here. It's not just right and left. It's up and over, up and over. Trying to keep that teacup bouncing on your tailbone. Boy, is it hard here. On the forearms just gives you more burn. If you ever need to come back to 2 straight arms, you do. You're using the obliques, the abdominals in both directions. Let's do 3 more sets. Last set. Can you hold that leg up at center? Keep it floating. You're going to press into your palms. Lift your heart. Lift up to 2 straight arms. From here, bend those elbows. You're coming all the way back down to the forearms. Lift that leg. Exhale, press into the palms. Lift. Inhale, lower right back down. Exhale, press, lift. Remember those triceps? Lower down with control. 2 more of these. Lift, you got this. Lower. We're almost done with this side. Lift, you got this. See if you can hold, square yourself off if you've lost it. I'm reaching my left arm straight out alongside the left ear. Feel that burn, feel that shake. Set that hand right back down. 2 more of these. Reach that arm long, long, long. Set it down with control. Find your core. Reach that left arm long, hold it long. Can you reach around? Bend that right knee. Try to tap your right toe. Reach in both directions. Find that space. Try to tap that toe. Bend that right knee. Reach behind you. Inhale, find the length. 2 more of these. Last one. Feel the burn, feel the shake. Reach it nice and long. Set that knee down. Sit back towards those heels. Nice big stretch. Whew, that's really tough. You should feel awesome for finishing that side. Just know that we've always got a second side. You're going to wave yourself on up to your knees. And then I'm going to turn and face the other direction just so that I have space for my left leg to get moving. From here, let's get nice and warm first on this side. Find your wrists right underneath your shoulders. Knees right underneath your hips. We're going to go for those child's pose to swan waves. So toes are tucked under, feel the stretch in the Achilles. And then send those hips back here. Think neutral, think tailbone up towards the sky. Try to dive your heart between those knees. Breath in, stretch. Breath out, tuck the tailbone under. Find your core. Wave all the way through that angry Halloween cat shape. Drop the hips. Version of your swan here at the top. Take a breath. Shoulders down the back. Feel how nice this feels. Slow down the heart rate. Didn't mean for this to be cardio, Peach, but maybe it is. I hope you guys are feeling this as much as I am. From here, find your core. Belly button in. Round up. And then send that tail all the way back towards those heels. Remember, it's an inhale to stretch. An exhale to move through that core control. Inhale, find your swan. Find the space. Exhale, pull that belly button in. Inhale, send the seat back. Let's do one more full set of this after this swan. And then on your way back, go ahead and find a neutral shape. Untuck those toes. Let's take those circles here on this side. Free up the hips. They need the space. They need the stretch, especially after that first side. Your left side is going to be a little bit more fragile here because it's already done a whole lot of work to stabilize you as that right leg was moving all around. We'll do 2 more in this direction, whichever direction that may be. And then you're just going to reverse here. Find the space in the shoulders. Take the weight out of those wrists on the way back. Super important that they're getting that chance to breathe. Remember, if you ever need to, fists there. You can also grab some weights, hold on to those, press them down into the mat. It'll help you relieve some tension in the wrists if they're not quite built up to the strength to stay on all fours for this long. 2 more in this direction. And then go ahead and find your neutral. Collect your core, collect your breath. If you kind of want to realign here, do so, totally fine. Shoulders down the back. Activate belly button to spine. Slide that left leg straight back. Keep your toe down here to start. Your ribs and hips, they're connected. You want them to stay connected and only lift that leg as high as your low back doesn't change. It's full range of motion here first. Toe taps all the way down and all the way up. All the way down, all the way up. Goal is to prevent that right side from dumping all the way over. You want to keep the weight nice and square here on these because you know we're going to find that space later on. Driving through those shoulders. Feel as weightless as you can across the wrists. This is not about getting the legs super high. It's about finding length and space in the front of your hip flexor. Use your breath. You should feel the glute squeeze every time that leg goes high. Let's do 4. Last one, hold it up there, teeny pulses. Up and down, up and down. About an inch either direction, that's big enough. Really feel the deep work across your glute, also across the hamstring here. The smaller your move, the deeper you're going to get, the more control you're going to get over those muscles. Really try to work on form here. And then let's pick up the pace for our last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold that leg nice and high. You're going to pulse out an inch, in an inch, out an inch, in an inch. Weights trying to shift here. Work hard to keep it square. Knee and toes stay facing straight down towards the mat. Side part of the glute, outer thigh working. Lots of work on this left side. Stabilizing with the right side. Picking up the pace for your last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it there. We're going in, you know, over to the right, back to center. Over to the right, back to center. You're trying to keep your leg about parallel to the mat if you can here. So it's not like those lift and taps, those rainbows. It's just an inch over, an inch back. An inch over, an inch back. Picking up the pace for our last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. We're going into our triangles. You lift up, out, left, up, out, in, up, out, in, up, out, in. Find that shape here. Find that strength here. Find that support. We're getting a break here next. You got this. Shaking all over the place. Lots of work there. Find your glute here. 4 more sets. Last set. Set that knee down. Sit those hips back. Boy, is my hamstring feeling that one. Let the glutes have their space. Think tailbone up towards the sky. Weights off of the wrist here. They get a little break. And then when you're ready, you're coming back to all fours. Finding that neutral spine. And sliding that left toe straight back. Nice and long. Keep it down to start. On this next series, your foot is flexed. You're going to lift that leg nice and high. You're trying to kick the seat. Bend at the knee. Keep your thighs still as you unfold that leg. So there's the challenge. Can you keep the thigh out of it and curl from the bottom half of the leg? Squeeze that heel in towards the seat as close as it possibly can be. Find that tension there, that space in the front of your quad on the way in. Belly button in towards the spine. Don't forget about your form. Don't let the shoulders sink. We're doing 3. On the last one here, you're gonna hold that curl. Unflex the foot, point the toe. Draw in a circle, drop the knee all the way down. Out to the left, up towards the sky, and right back down. It's like you've got a paintbrush on the tip of your knee. Draw the circle as large as you can. Now for me, I have less range of motion on this side, and there's nothing wrong with that. Draw the circle as large as feels okay for you. It's okay if you're tipping a little bit on this one. 2 more in this direction. And then we're gonna reverse here. So you go straight up, out to the left, down and around. Straight up, out, down and around. Preparing you for those little side body crunches here in a little bit. Mobility, flexibility. 3 more. Feeling that shake. And then after this last one here, set that knee down, take a breath. You're gonna cross your right forearm across the short edge of the mat. So you can press into that entire forearm and stabilize yourself with your left palm. Left elbow's bent a tad here. And then with control, you're gonna lift that bent knee right back up towards the sky and open up those hips. Find some space here in the front of the hips. Strength is gonna be in the side part of your glute this time. Try to keep your neck as long as you can. I know it's tough. Point that toe. Shin, knee, they're parallel to the floor. Drop it down so those ankles meet. Exhale, pulse it right back up high towards the sky. We aren't on this forearm too long. Use that lift from the side part of your glute. It's your coupe. The ankles tap. You lift right back up. Try to keep that hip open here, and then try to keep your knee and your ankle about parallel to the mat. Really find your core here. Lots of burn, small muscle. That glute med feels like a little pinch once you've got the right spot here. Similar to your clam you would do lying on your side. So that kind of feeling. As you lift, use the breath. Drive through that forearm for stability. We're doing 4, 3, 2. You're gonna hold it up there, tiny pulses. 1 inch up. 1 inch down. Here's the real work. That target, that control on the way up. The tiniest movement you possibly can, it's gonna feel like a little quiver, a little shake. That's when you know you've hit the right spot, when you feel that vibration trickling all the way through the side part of your seat. Really find your core here, find your stability in your breath. Don't forget to breathe. Try to keep your neck long. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up there. Can you bring that left knee all the way towards your left elbow? Side body crunch. Crunch your torso together. It's okay if you're not square. And then reach that leg long. Breathe in. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. So it's okay if your weight's shifting over that right hip this time. So what we tried to prevent in that last set of exercises, we're using that to assist us on this exercise. Right side of the torso gaining space. So there's some stretch there. Use the breath to move. Little lateral flexion, getting this movement in your spine, super important. Do you have 3 more of these in ya? On the last one, you're gonna hold that leg out nice and long. See if you can square yourself back off to the mat and drop down to both forearms here. Your forearms are like a number 11. Press away, drop that left hip, try to find your weight evenly over that right knee. You're gonna take your left foot, tap the back right corner of your mat. Use the lift, use the space you found in the front of the hip at the start of this series, and then tap the toe towards the back left corner of the mat. It's your rainbows. Don't forget to go up and over instead of just right to left, side to side. There's work happening in that right side, a whole lot to stabilize you on the forearms. It may be too much, so if you need to come to 2 straight arms, no shame, that's totally fine. Try to find the space. As you get tired, you're gonna forget the lift. That's why I'm gonna keep reminding you. Try to balance a teacup on your tailbone here. Keep it nice and steady. Thigh bone doing the work. Glute working hard. We're gonna do 3 more sets here. Find the inner thigh, squeeze on that cross. Last one. You're gonna find center. Try to pull that leg nice and high. From here, scoot the palms back 2 inches. Press into those palms, lift the heart. Your leg levels off. Your leg lifts as you bend the elbows right back down. Inhale. Exhale, press it up. Power in the triceps. Inhale, dive that chest forward. Try not to shift the weight towards the right here as you bend the elbows. There's the challenge for your core. We're doing 3. 2. And then on the last one, you're gonna hold those arms nice and long. Square yourself off if you've lost it. Left leg, if you need a rest, that's okay. You wanna reach it back about parallel to the mat here. From here, it's your balance challenge. Right arm is going long alongside the right ear. Breathe out. Set it down with control. 2 more, reach. And set it down. Last one here, reach, hold. You're gonna try to bend that left knee, reach all the way back. Try to tap your toe behind you. And then inhale, reach long in both directions. Exhale, try to tap the toe behind you, find your core. Inhale, reach nice and long. 1 more. Exhale, try to tap that toe, reach behind. Inhale, reach nice and long. Set that hand, set that knee down. And then send the hips back, nice big stretch. Beautiful. Woo, you deserve a break after that. We're just gonna come into some stretches here next. Come back to all fours. I'm just gonna turn to face you so that you can see what's happening with my feet and my knees. So my palms are grounded. I'm gonna take my right foot first and try to bring it all the way in front of my left knee. From here, your right knee's out wide towards the side. You're gonna sit back towards those heels, opening up your glute. Try to keep that right ankle on top of your left knee. Lots of space in the piriformis there. It's super tight. You might not sit as far back as me, that's okay. 2 breaths. Slowly come forward. Unwind for me on that side. Same thing on the other side. Left ankle's gonna try to come all the way in front of my right knee. I'm gonna set my ankle down on my knee and then just press myself back, finding that stretch. Think tailbone up towards the sky as you come back. So neutral in the spine is gonna give you more space in that glute. If this does not work for your knees, you can absolutely figure 4 stretch lying down on your back. This is just gonna get a little bit deeper. Listen to your body, 2 breaths. And then slow with control. Send the weight forward. Unwind for me. You're gonna swing the legs around so that you're just sitting down here. From this sitting position, can the soles of your feet touch and the knees go wide towards the side, butterfly stretch. Try to keep your glutes relaxed here, your hips relaxed here. Up on those sits bones. Nice big diamond, so no need for these feet to be super close in towards you. From here, reach up high towards the sky, breath in. You're gonna dive forward with your breath out, round the spine, pull the belly button up. Hands land in front of you, just stretch forward. Finding some space, just like in that child's pose, think fingertips long, heart between the shoulders, down towards the mat. Letting go of any tension in the glutes and the backs of the thighs. You're gonna walk both hands over towards the right, slow with control. You're gonna try to keep that left hand in front of the right knee and the right hand behind the right knee. From here, press into those palms. Make sure both hips are down. You don't want that left hip to raise. And just breathe, stretch. Stretches in the back part of your body, your torso, and underneath that left arm. Hands slowly come back to center. Same thing on the other side. Right hand's gonna stay in front of the left knee. Left hand goes behind the left knee. Press into the palms, keep both hips down. Find that stretch under the right arm all the way down towards that right hip. Back body opening.
You deserve this stretch. Don't forget to stretch. So important. So we're not sore tomorrow. Well, not too sore tomorrow. Walk those hands back to center. Definitely going to be feeling it. Reach a little further if you can. And then all you're going to do is roll yourself up one bone at a time.
Once you're nice and tall, grab the outside of those knees, bring them all the way together. Hips are super fragile after that. Oh my gosh, was that amazing. I hope you feel as wonderful as I do. Definitely going to be sore tomorrow. Feel that pinch in the side of your glute. If you need some extra minutes to figure 4 stretch, please do so. I can't wait to see you next time on the mat.